Have you ever been out in the Philippines with your partner? Maybe they're Filipino and you're not, and notice the people staring? Not just a quick glance, but that long, can't look away kind of stare. Yup, it can be a bit awkward, right? Don't worry, it's not as strange as it feels. Today, we're talking about why Filipinos stare so much at interracial couples. Some reasons will make you smile, while others, well, might be a little uncomfortable to hear, but it's all part of understanding the culture. So, let's start with this. Filipinos are naturally curious. We love to people watch, and if something stands out, like an interracial couple, it grabs our attention. Most of the time, it's not meant to be rude. People are probably thinking, oh, love their story, or how did they meet? But here's something unique to the Philippines. Unlike in other countries where staring is considered super rude, here, people will stare, and they do it without much shame. It's not that they don't know it's rude, it's more like they're too curious to stop themselves. It's almost cultural, where the fascination overtakes the social rules of politeness. Another big reason for the stares is that Filipinos are romantics at heart. Seeing love that crosses cultures is like watching a real-life rom-com. People might think, wow, they're so lucky to have found each other. But there's more to it. Some of those stares, especially from other Filipinas, might come from curiosity or even envy. In Filipino culture, it's often assumed that when a Filipina is with a foreign man, she's living a better life. Maybe she's more financially secure, traveling, or enjoying opportunities others dream of. And for some Filipinas, that thought brings out feelings like, oh, I wish I could be in her place. It's not always negative, but it does explain those lingering looks. But let's be real, not all stares come from admiration or curiosity. Some Filipinos can be judgmental, especially towards other Filipinas. Unfortunately, colorism is still a big issue here. If a darker-skinned Filipina is with a foreign man, there might be whispers like, what does she see in her? Or even assumptions about why they're together. This kind of mindset comes from outdated beauty standards and biases that are still present in parts of Filipino society. And yes, it's unfair and uncomfortable, but it's a reality worth acknowledging. And then, there's just the habit of staring. Something that's less more malice and more about curiosity mixed with cultural norms. Filipinos don't always see staring as a big deal, even though we know it can come off as impolite. It's not great, but it's part of the social landscape here. If you ever feel uncomfortable, here's my advice. Own the moment. Smile back, wave, or even say hi. You'd be surprised how quickly those stares turn into warm smiles or even friendly conversations. But in case of emergency, just ignore. Most people don't mean harm, they're just fascinated. So, the next time you notice people staring at you and your Filipino partner, don't let it bother you. Whether it's curiosity, admiration, or even a bit of envy and judgment, it's all part of the experience. And isn't it kind of amazing that your love story is turning heads for all the right reasons? At the end of the day, your love story is what matters. You're a living proof that love knows no boundaries, and that's something to be proud of. If you've experienced this or have a funny story to share, drop it in the comments below, and I'd love to hear about it. And as always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Filipina Base for more fun and insightful content. Until next time, stay confident, stay kind, and keep spreading the love. Bye for now!